Yo, what is up people? It's me on Shock, bringing people some more content. So for today's video, I'm going to be making a video on how to grow a club. So I'm going to try and get through this as fast as possible because there is so much to cover and we really need to cover this in one video. Maybe we'll cover in two videos, we'll see. But yeah, we'll just quickly get as far as possible in this video. So if you're not aware, I own a 2.5k club. Now season just did reset, so this is number 2 in Australia and number 798 in the world. Now, the thing about this club is season did just reset, so normally it's 2.5k around about there. So, yeah, let's just spectate some people and let's just discuss. We need to get through as fast as possible. And just let me know, do you think this is better if I talk like this, or do you think it's better if I talk like this? My mic is just chilling there. I don't have it in my video, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, so leading a club. There's two ways to build up a club, and one requires like zero effort with zero talent, and one requires a lot of effort and a lot of talent. The first one is having a YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel or Twitter, if you're popular for something, and you advertise your channel, if you advertise your club, then it'll grow very, very fast. Okay, a lot of the time, if somebody says like, "Hey, do you want to join my club? This is a fan club. Go ahead and join." A lot of time it'll fill up. So with Revolution, which is a club that I made, but when I created it, after 2 hours, I advertised it, I made a community post on it. After 2 hours of releasing, it already got 2.2 mil. That is crazy. In fact, I think it actually got 2.3 mil, might have. But I definitely know it got 2.2 mil, so let's just stay there because I don't want to bring wrong information for this. Anyways, that's not the point though. The point is that it can fill up very, very fast if you advertise it. If there's no advertisements, if there's nobody saying, hey, if you want to join, it's going to be a lot harder to grow. For one, my biggest tip is make a club, have high trophies, 20 to 25k, so that people will join wanting to play with you. Play with people at the start. You don't have to play with people once it's full, because even if they leave, they'll definitely be replaced by another person, okay? So another thing is, play like with randoms, Brawl, Gem Grab, whatever, okay? Try to carry the team as much as possible. Try to look good. Don't do trick shots, that's just dumb. Try to look good, okay? And then once you're done, you get a clean win. Add your teammates that's not in a club. So if they're not in a club, add them, get in a lobby, and then talk to them for around about 15 to 30 minutes, and then recruit them in your club. If they're like 16k and they join when there's only like 10 members, that is huge for your club. That is absolutely amazing. I remember when I had a club, my channel was like nothing, so my channel had nothing to do with members joining. And when a 10k would join, I was so hyped up. And when the club got 1 million trophies, I was so happy. I was so excited. But like now, it's not even close to that. My club's 2.5 mil, so you can see how much it's grown. It wasn't that club though. The club that I got really happy when it got to 1 mil was a different club. But anyways, so another thing is you need to keep the chat active, okay? When somebody joins and if they are welcomed, that's amazing. Now there's an automatic welcome. There's like this little green bar and it says welcome, blah blah blah, join the club, blah blah blah. Anyways, so the problem is, if nobody welcomes them, they don't really feel like appreciated or welcomed. But if they are welcomed, yeah, dude, that is so good. If they're welcomed in the club, people are gonna be like, yo, this club is pog. And if it's active, if they say like, oh, welcome to the club, bro, hope you enjoy, and then they start asking questions like, oh, how you doing, whatnot, people feel a lot more personalized rather than just a group that nobody really recognizes anybody. Yeah, it actually feels like a friend group. And then people stay more. And if people stay, that is so good. Believe me, waking up to having 95 members when you slept it had 100 members is just the worst feeling. It's like, where'd these 5 people go? And then like sometimes on leaderboards you'll see clubs dropping 10 members in one day, and it's because of a chain reaction. One person leaves, then another person leaves, 2 people leaves, and then people think, oh wow, okay, yeah, let's just join them, and then they leave, and then they just keep on leaving. And it's so bad. Sometimes it's beyond repair. If you have a YouTube channel, it really helps. But if you don't have a YouTube channel and you drop one to like 90 members, it's super hard to grow back up. So yeah, that's the thing. Just try to prevent them from leaving. If they ask to play with you, play with them until your club grows full. So if your club is full, then people will feel, why is this not loading in? Supercell, why is this not loading in? Okay, let's just let's just wait and hope it does load in. So another thing you need to know is that if somebody wants to play with you and you say no, then they're most likely gonna leave. It happens a lot. I mean, for me, it's a little bit different, but that's because I have a YouTube channel. But if you don't have a YouTube channel and somebody joins and they purely just want to get carried, this happens so much where somebody joins purely expecting to somebody, this person with like no rank 25s, expects somebody to with rank 35s to play with them. And I remember when I was a noob and I joined my first pro club, I'm not going to say the name because why? So I joined and then I invited a vice president, which was pretty much leading the whole thing, and then he rejected, and then I invited, and then he rejected for like 10 times, and they put on Do Not Disturb, and I was like, yo, bro, why are you putting on Do Not Disturb? Why are you doing this, bro? Come on, I want to play with you. I didn't even have a 1k, and this guy with rank 35s didn't want to play with me, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is just unimaginable. This guy doesn't want to play with me. And then I was like, bro, that's your job, you're supposed to be a leader. But then I realized that, it's not really the best thing. You shouldn't just play with people that you don't want to, purely to keep them in your club, when your club's already full. You got to remember, this was a 100 trophy club. It had like 2.5, it was 2,500,000 trophies. And that was a lot at that time. That was a long time ago. So, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of time people will join expecting to play with you when you're just like 20, 30 times their skill. And if you say no, then a lot of times they'll leave. But don't worry unless your club isn't full. If your club is like dying, if it's like 80 members and somebody's like, can we play? Just play with them. Even if you play bad, even if you're AFK, they're happy because you're playing. And why is this not loading in? Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay, now that's so broken. Oh, please. Okay, yeah, it loaded. Cool. Next on the list, and the final thing is that when your club does fill up, okay, just talk every now and then. Be sure to chat. So in a club, a lot of the time, if you finish a game, yeah, just say like, hey, how's everybody doing? Or yo, what's up? Or just say like, who's hyped about the next update? Then somebody says like, yo, dude, I'm so hyped for the next update. And then another person says, yo, I'm hyped. And then all of a sudden you got an active chat, which is really cool. It's a really good tip to have people to stay because chat becomes active. The thing is, if you say, hey guys, can we talk? It just looks a bit like weird and it's like, why does this guy want to say that? But if you just say one thing like, yo, what's up, people? Or how's everybody going? And then people say, yo, I'm good, thanks for asking. Then, it just makes the chat a little bit more active. Then you can drift to a conversation from there, which is such a good thing when the chats drift from just how you doing to an actual conversation. That is really good for the club. Be sure to get that as much as possible. So my final tip is that you need to make sure that your club doesn't get mass kicked. And in order to do that, you need to see who's good players and who's not who's good players, who's good leaders, and who's just not suspicious. If somebody asks for vice, never give them vice. Never ever do that. Only give it to people who do not ask for it. Okay, if people ask for it, never give it to them. Never, ever, ever give it to them, okay? So, yeah. The thing is, a lot of the time, whenever somebody joins a club and they just start chatting, and they're really active in the chat and they already talk, a lot of the time you can spot from a miles away that they would be a good leader. So just let them stay in the club and let them prove that they're a good leader by, if somebody asks a question, like, how do I get a legendary, and then they write on how to get a legendary, and somebody says, can we play, and they're like, yeah, sure, and they're basically like the perfect leader, then they're a potential good leader. But if somebody says like, oh, how do I get a legendary, and somebody makes fun of them for not having a legendary, do not make them leader. Leaders that make fun of their members is just really sad. I've seen that in some clubs and it's actually really sad. I don't know how some of those clubs still stand. A lot of the time there'll be pro players making fun of worse players, and then the worst players just sit there and just soak it all up because they know that they're not as good as them. And then if they start insulting the better player, then other players will swarm around them and be like, yo, dude, he's a better player than you, shush. And then it just turns really toxic, and then that person will leave. But a lot of time it won't affect those clubs because it's just a pro player making fun of a bad player. And if it's filled with pro players, but then there's one bad player, who cares if they leave, you know? So that's the thing. You just need to make sure that people aren't making fun of them, because that's just not a good thing overall. You don't want a toxic community. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you did enjoy. So yeah, I hope this helped you grow your club. This is more of a basic guide. It's nothing like too extreme. And yeah, having a good club is no luck. Unless you have a 30k joined when there's no members. And there's just like, yo, let me help you grow this club. That's just pure luck. But if you're actually growing with skill and, you know, helping your club grow, then it's really hard. So that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. And with that said, have a good one.